Tonight, one person is dead after a helicopter crashed onto the roof of a building in Manhattan, sparking fire and panic as people tried to escape from their offices.
There was a moment in which we all couldn't get out of the building immediately because we're all just backlogged in there.
The victim is the pilot and believed to be the only person on board.
Rescue 4 to Manhattan. Rescue 4. On the way to flight 6. Any further information for me? No, we reported plane crash on top of the building. I have no particular information. That's what that is. 1356 Manhattan.
In a tweet, the New York City Fire Department saying the fire sparked by the crash had been put out, but fuel was still leaking from the wreckage. Still unclear if the pilot intentionally crash-landed on the 51-story building, perhaps in an effort to save lives.
The preliminary information is that there was a helicopter that made a forced landing, emergency landing, or landed on the roof of the building for one reason or another. People who were in the building said they felt the building shake. Morgan Aries, who works on the 14th floor of the building, says it took his entire office by surprise.
We were all in our chairs and we felt a little bit of a tremor. We're like, wow, that's something that's unusual. That doesn't normally happen. About another 5 minutes later, they said, okay, it's time to evacuate.
About 100 fire and EMS units responded to the scene.
I want to say the most important thing first. There is no indication at this time that this was an act of terror.
Now, as we wait to learn more about the pilot's identity, the NTSB will be leading an investigation to determine the probable cause of the crash.
If you're a New Yorker, you have a level of PTSD, right, from 9/11. And I remember that morning all too well. So as soon as you hear an aircraft hit a building, I think my mind goes where every New Yorker's mind goes.
Now, I spoke to one witness who was on the 29th floor. When they went down those stairs, they were not sure they were doing the right thing because they could smell smoke in that stairwell. I spoke to another witness who was standing about where I am. He heard the explosion, looked up, saw smoke, very heavy black smoke coming off of that building, and then a piece of debris came down about 12 inches long, about 5 feet away from him. Said it could have injured him. It wasn't very heavy, but it could have injured him. And then he just saw the building just started to, people started pouring out of that building as soon as that helicopter hit. But it wasn't until about 10 minutes later that all of the floors were evacuated. Wolf.